So, Justin Bieber. I've done about 7 of these shows, have not talked about Bieber yet, believe it or not. So let's do it.
And he's pissed, by the way. I just want to say.
He's pissed at me?
Yeah,
oh,
we're not talking about him.
The guy, I haven't helped him trend on Twitter yet, but we're going to do it right here, right now. So he was in Amsterdam. He was doing a little European tour, and he stopped by the Anne Frank house. I'm sure you guys have all heard this already. He signed the guest book, and I want to get the quote correctly, so I'm going to read it to you. He wrote, "Truly inspiring to be able to come here. Anne was a great girl. Hopefully she would have been a belieber." He also tweeted that it was a chill day in Amsterdam that day. Not chilly, chill. It was a cool day. All right, so Justin Bieber, he wants Anne Frank, who died in the Holocaust, everyone knows the story, to be a belieber.
My favorite part was she was a great girl.
Right.
A great girl. I mean, here's this kid. Finally, he screwed everything up. The last 2 months have been, a PR nightmare for this kid.
Yeah.
He's finally doing something right. Okay, he's in Amsterdam, he's gonna go to and then he screws it up.
Right, he's doing something seemingly selfless and just,
and all his believers are like tweeting, we don't even know who she is anyway, why is everybody upset? And it's like such an opportunity to educate his 387 million Twitter followers.
Yeah, so wait, before I let you jump in on this, Erin, so as the PR guy, do you think there's any chance that this wasn't calculating? Because on one hand,
nothing he does is calculated. He's a 19-year-old kid who I think I look at it as a business. Okay, this is a $50, $75 million a year business.
Yeah.
And I've said it before and I'll say it publicly. I don't think he's getting good advice. I think this kid thinks he knows it all, and I think a little humility, a little respect, and I think the people who are running his life, his managers and his publicists, owe him to sort of tell him the way the world works, that dude, you don't know it all at 19.
Humility and respect. Do the kids not have it anymore, Erin Foley?
Well, no one has it. Here's the thing, he has he's an entourage. Well, first of all, let me back up. Anne was a great girl. That's where
that was worse than the Belieber. It really
I swear to God,
was.
that's where my head popped off, and I've been trying to put it back all day. An icon, a hero, a great girl. That's what you say to Selena Gomez when they break up. She was a great girl. Anne Frank.
Right.
Then you think. You see all these reports where he's his entourage is 40 deep and he's got guards, and you would assume he has a handler, so when Justin Bieber writes that, my pen cap just flew off, it's totally fine. When he writes that, someone right behind him crosses out a couple of these words instead of hopefully she would have been a believer. Hopefully, hoped she would have been rescued. Little whiteout.
Yeah.
A little
girl, inspirational story.
Inspiration. Just add some words.
Yeah.
I mean, hire a handler.
The part that I'm kind of fascinated with this is that the people at the Anne Frank house, they actually posted what he wrote on Facebook, and they are backing it with they're not saying that it was.
When's the last time anybody talked about Anne Frank?
So this is just
they're happy for a little attention right now.
Yeah.
And I think it is calling, the good news is that it is calling attention to something. And I think last week was the week of remembrance for the Holocaust.
Yeah.
And I think it is important that we don't forget. And my parents, were a generation that lived through that. I grew up after it, certainly, not part. Kids today are very detached. Something that happened last week was ancient history of these kids. So it's really important that we remind people that something this heinous existed in our lifetimes, essentially.
Is that the silver
lining
here?
That's the only good, right? That's the only good, that he was thinking Anne Frank's going to be holed up in the attic with iTunes, rocking out to Justin Bieber while the Nazis are walking down the street. It's so inconceivable. Having a chill day. Yeah, I'm going to a Holocaust remembrance.
And she was wearing a great dress, too.
What do you guys make of this thing that now all of our news is couched in celebrity? So you got Bieber and Anne Frank. I mean, I can't even believe I just said that in a sentence. Then you got the White House literally answering questions this week about Jay-Z and Beyonce going to Cuba. We got Dennis Rodman, who just announced he's going back to North Korea. Is this really the only way we can get to young people, by attaching celebrity to every important story?
Yes.
Yeah?
I wrote this piece on HuffPo, and it was called Culture of Crisis, and it's why the news has sort of morphed into this crap that we have now, okay? We've been at war for 10 years. Never in the history of our country would you ever be at war and turn on the evening news or turn a newspaper and the war not be a front page story.
Yeah.
You can go through the New York Times, the LA Times, there will be not one article on any given day about the war we're in.
Not only the war, the longest war that America has ever been in. So this is not just some little war.
And it used to be that the media, you know, all these respected news organizations would give you a little meat, a little vegetable. Maybe if you're good, you get a little dessert at the end. Now they realize that more dessert equals better ratings. So you get all dessert now.
Yeah, all dessert.
It's the start, fingers crossed, of his downward spiral meltdown, which we all love to see. At least I do.
Take that, Bieber. Your spiral downward downfall is a coming. All right, let's move on.
You're gonna get gonna get them after you. You know, when those little suckers get mad, they get mad.
No.
Hashtag
Belieber. I love all of you people. You're wonderful. Keep up the good work. One Direction. You're all fantastic. Everything. Bonobos.com is the official outfitter of the Rubin Report. I want to put you in this slim fit shirt. Go to bonobos.com, enter code TRR20 for 20% off your next purchase.